Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's 11:30 and it's time to start a new general meeting. Myself, Etal Korodia, and I'm the company secretary. And today I'm the host for this virtual AGM. On behalf of Arfin India Limited, I warmly welcome you all to this 29th annual general meeting of the company. I hope that all of you and your loved ones are safe and keeping well during this tough time. I also hope that you all are vaccinated or on your way to getting there so that we can emerge out of this pandemic a stronger and getting back to our normal lives. In order to ensure the safety of all the stakeholders of the company, this annual general meeting is being organized through the video conferencing, which is in compliance with the guidelines issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, and Securities and Exchange Board of India. Our company has taken all the possible steps to ensure that all the shareholders are provided an opportunity to participate in this meeting. The proceeding of this meeting shall be deemed to be conducted at the registered office of the company. Now, I wish to introduce the members of the board and the senior management which are present with us today. First, I would like to introduce and thank the founder cum chairman of Arfin India Limited, Mr. Mahendra Shah, for his experienced leadership and continued support to the company. Mr. Shah has been appointed as chairman of the meeting. Now, I would request the chairman to continue with the proceeding of the meeting. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My warm welcome to all of you at our second digital annual general meeting. I sincerely hope that our next annual general meeting will be in person where we can physically see each other. On behalf of the Arfin's Board of Directors, I want to thank you for making the time to join us. We have marked end to another year and we are certainly hoping for better new year and better tomorrow for Arfin India Limited. The year has witnessed unprecedented challenges on account of COVID-19 pandemic which has impacted all business across the globe. However, we have been able to manage well our business despite these challenges. We continue to remain the India's leading non-ferrous metal product manufacturing company. The company secretary informed me that we have sufficient quorum of the members participating through video conferencing. Accordingly, the meeting is properly constituted and I call this meeting to order. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now I request all other directors who are joining us through the video conferencing to introduce themselves. First, I request Mr. Jatin Shah.
Good morning to all. I am Jatin Shah, Managing Director, Arfin India Limited. I am attending this virtual AGM from corporate office located at Chhatral. I hope the members are safe and are in good health. Your trust and support over the last decade have given us confidence to push ourselves and to deliver good performance year after year. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Mukesh Chaudhary has been not able to connect this meeting. Request Mr. Hardik Hundia. Mr. Hardik Hundia. Hello. Okay, I think some technical issues is also not available. Mr. Jitendra Shah, please unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Good morning to all. I am Jitendra Shah, Independent Director, joining this AGM from my residence at Ahmedabad. I hope all of you are safe. Thank you very much.
Okay. Mr. Hardik Hundia. So your voice is not audible. Hello. Okay, no issues, sir. We will moving on. Apart from them, We also have with us key executive and other senior management, including Mrs. Pushpa Shah, that is an executive director, Mr. Vijay Lati, that is a chief financial officer, Ashish Thakkar, that is a group president, Mr. VL Kumar, that is a vice president, statutory auditors, Mr. Kalpesh Shah from Sanjay Bajoria and Associates, secretarial auditor and the scrutinizer for this meeting, Mr. Kamlesh Shah, will also join us today. Now I request the Honorable Chairman to proceed further. Over to you, sir.
Dear members, the notice and annual report has already been circulated to all the members on their email ID registered either with the company or depository participants. As the notice of 29th annual general meeting is already with you, therefore I take the same as read. There are no adverse qualifications, observations, or comments in the statutory auditor's report, as well as in the report of secretarial auditors. Hence, the same are not required to be read at the meeting. As the AGM is being held through video conferencing, the requirement to propose and second the resolution and the facility for appointment of proxies was not applicable, and hence the proxy registered for inspection is not available. I request Hetal, our company secretary, to read the arrangement made for the members at 29th annual general meeting.
Okay, thank you, sir. With regard to the arrangements, members may note that this meeting is being organized through VC, which is in compliance with the provisions of the Companies Act as well as the circulars issued by Minister of Corporate Affairs. The facility of joining this meeting through the VC is being made available to all the members on the first come, first served basis. The company has also provided the webcast facility to view the live proceeding of this meeting on the website of the company. The statutory register, such as the register of the members, the register of directors, KMPs, the contracts and the arrangements have been made available electronically for the inspection by the members during the meeting. I want to say that the company has not received any request from the member to register themselves as a speaker shareholder. However, the member may post their questions or views on the chat box facility available on the video conferencing screen. However, the queries and the questions received over mail or through the company's RTA will also be taken up. It may be noted that the company reserves a right to limit the number of members asking a question depending upon the availability of the time during the meeting. The company has also provided a facility to cast a vote on all the resolution as set forth in the notice of the AGM. Sorry for the disturbance, guys. Due to some technical error, I think the meeting is closed by my laptop. So sorry. Okay, so we are there. Members are also requested to refer the instructions as provided in the notice of the AGM and also the whatever appearing on the video conferencing screen for the smooth participation or for the purpose of the e-voting. And the members may also note that the AGM is being recorded. Okay, so now we will proceed with the formal business of the meeting. First of all, we will now take up all the resolution as set forth in the notice of the meeting. I will quickly read the same, all the resolution. First, resolution number 1, which is relating to the adoption of the audited financial statement of the company, the reports of the directors and the auditors thereon for the year ended on March 31st, 2021. Now the resolution number 2, which is relating to the appointment of director in place of Mrs. Pushpa Shah, who retired by rotation, being eligible and offer herself for the reappointment. Resolution number 3, which is relating to the revision in the remuneration of Mr. Mahendra Shah, that is the chairman and the whole-time director of the company. Resolution number 4, which is relating to Mr. Jatin Shah, revision in the remuneration of Jatin Shah, which is a managing director of company. Resolution number 5, which is relating to the revision in the remuneration of Mrs. Pushpa Shah, that is an executive director of the company. To the holding of the office in place of the profit by Mrs. Rani Jatin Shah, and resolution number 7, which is relating to the ratification of remuneration payable to the cost auditor. Now, the members may note that the e-voting facility is activated who are participating in this meeting and have not already voted. The facility will remain active till 15 minutes even after the closure of the meeting. So now I would request the chairman to represent the summary of the performance of the company and also to give a brief update on the future plans of the company. Over to you, sir.
Thank you and welcome again, all of you. I am satisfied that all efforts feasible under the circumstances have been made by the company to enable members to participate and vote on the item being considered at this meeting. I would like to share with shareholders that the performance of our company during the financial year 2021. The company has achieved gross sales of rupees 347 crores with sales quantity 20,596 metric tons during the year 2021. The EBITDA of company is 18.39 crores and gross profit of the year was 4.01 crores. During the first half of the year, all the businesses were badly impacted on account of company-wide lockdown and various restrictions imposed by government on account of COVID-19 pandemic. Although the company has been able to manage well its business, the second half of financial year has brought a recovery for non-ferrous metal in global as well as domestic markets. The demand for non-ferrous metals looks strong as more countries emerge from the pandemic with strong recovery anticipated in the global economy. The company has sold goods worth 58 crores to overseas customers. Operationally, the company continued to evolve the global network of the customer by adding few more reputed and respected customers. The company has also expects to grow further in export market. Year-on-year sales volume of aluminum alloy ingot have increased by 27% with sales value growth by 39% during the month of December 2020. Second plant of aluminum alloy ingot got operational, which has added capacity of 12,000 metric tons per annum to meet increased customer demand. The company has inaugurated new corporate office at Chhatral location, which is close to plant area during last quarter of the year. All items sitting together in this new office, which has resulted in enhanced efficiency level in business operations. In terms of capacity and potential, we continue to remain the India's strongest non-ferrous metal company with a dominant presence in steel, automobile and power sector. We continue to be driven by the best global practices and our vision to become fully integrated non-ferrous metal company. The company has total production capacity of 71,000 metric ton per annum. The company has significant spare capacity to increase its production and sales level. Our production facilities set up during earlier years continues to give us strength and confidence in our ability to fulfill our customer demands in India as well as overseas market. The business environment seems to have been stabilized and prospects for growth seems even better now. I once again convey my heartfelt thanks to all our shareholders for their continued trust and confidence in management of the company. I am also thankful to the fellow board members for their continued support and guidance in the growth of the company. I also convey my sincere thanks to our customers, suppliers, bankers, auditors, consultants, and all other business associates, governments, and other authorities for their continued support, interest, and confidence in the company and its management. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. I request Mr. Jatin Shah to share some views with the members.
Good morning to all the shareholders joining us for this session today. Over the next several minutes, I want to share with you what a year we had in had in the last financial year. A year that would have been impossible to foresee or plan for. And yet the company and its employees have delivered enormously well for all the stakeholders, clients all around the world. The company reported net revenue of 303 crores and EBITDA of 18 crores for the financial year 2021. The company is operating in multiple products of aluminium, and this multiplicity of operation minimizes the operating evaluations. The company has been able to achieve good performance even after facing adverse effects of pandemic such as restricted movement, disrupted supply lines, weak demand scenario, prediction of second and third wave. The second half of the year brought a U-turn for non-ferrous metal industry. The company has been able to recover to the normal levels of business on account of increased customer demands, reopening of international markets, and vaccine rollout by government. The success of vaccination drive will also create positive outlook for the economy going forward. The company has achieved export sales of 58 crores during financial year 2021 and are expecting around 100 crores of export sales in FY22. We continuously strengthen our manufacturing processes, optimize costs, reduce waste, minimize environmental hazards, and value creation to our customers. We understand the importance of criticality of the products being supplied to steel, automobile, and power sector. Our teams have consistently worked beyond their comfort zone to improve the performance and achieve the vision. Growth outlook is favorable for the coming years. Indian aluminium sector is waking up a whole new world of opportunities. Arfin to seize these new growth opportunities through value addition to the product lines to differentiate and drive future growth. I thank all my colleagues on board for their oversight in the crucial phase of our growth, their support and immense encouragement. I have special words acknowledged to the collective efforts of our entire Arfin team working continuously, tirelessly to create and sustain a strong non-ferrous business metal company. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. As there being no formal business left to be transacted, with the permission of the chairman, now we will start the question and answer section. Okay, we will also take the questions which are received in advance. Okay. So the first question is from Mr. Ashok Chaudhary, that the company is progressing really well. So just wanted to know about the future plans and how much the growth of the company to the board of directors expect in the near future.
We are expecting that year-on-year basis, minimum we can expect 10% growth in the sales and in the revenue and profit, I hope. And any next question is there?
Yeah, so another question is, can we expect bonus issue or dividend in future? Which question is from Mr. Madan.
Yeah, bonus issue and dividend, we are in the past, we are always investor friendly. So depends on the growth of the company in the profitability and revenue. We will think in the next coming years.
Okay. Now another question is from Ms. Jyoti, that is remuneration of KMPs increased in this year in comparison to the previous year. Can you please justify?
Remuneration is already under the rules and regulations of the company, what has permitted, the company law.
I think the given remuneration is as per the committee approved by the nomination remuneration. I think and it is justifiable as per the roles and responsibilities performed by the directors.
Yes.
So the next question is, I need to inspect the statutory registers and I also want the hard copy of annual report. Okay, I want to answer this question, sir, actually. As per the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the circular, the requirement to send a physical copy of hard copy notice has been dispensed with. So the company has not printed the annual report, and the soft copy of annual report and the notice have been sent to all the eligible members through the email only on the registered email IDs. Okay. So I think no other questions we received. I think all the questions were answered by chairman and also by me. So moving on, the company had provided the remote e-voting facilities between the 9 a.m. of September 19 till the 5 p.m. of September 21 in proportion to the shareholding available as on the cutoff date, that is a September 15. And members may also note that the e-voting facility is also activated for the next 15 minutes. So the members who are not voted here are requested to do so. And the resolutions as set forth in the notice of the AGM shall deem to be passed subject to the receipt of the requisite number of the votes. The Board of Directors has appointed Mr. Kamlesha as a scrutinizer for this meeting to scrutinize the e-voting process. The voting results will be declared by the chairman or by any other director authorized post receipt of the report from the scrutinizer, and the same shall be published on the website of the NSDL, also on the website of the stock exchange within the 48 hours after the closure of the meeting. As all item of business have been taken up, so I hereby declare the proceedings of the Arfin India Limited's 29th annual general meeting as a close. I thank you all for your kind cooperation to this meeting, and I wish you all for the safe and the healthy future. Or if you have any queries or the question, you can mail me at investors@arfin.co.in. Thank you. I request the NSDL to conclude the meeting.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. So we are concluding the meeting to be finished.
Yeah. Thank you.